and welcome for this workshop. So now I think we can start. So this workshop is dedicated for let's say basic programmer. If you don't have any notion of coding, so you will learn many things. So first of all, I propose you to have some very basic notion before to start entering in the coding world. So I prepared for you a little presentation. So I will show you exactly the content. Okay. So I will share it now. Here is it. Okay. So welcome everyone. So first of all, so I'm very happy to welcome you all. And this is a program for today. So we will have first a little introduction about coding to be able to understand really what is happening when you do code. Next, we will talk about the web design. It's a very important question. How to use the console and what is HTML, what is CSS, what is the difference between the two. And to finish with the topic, we will speak a little bit about JavaScript with front-end language. So if you are lost, you have the possibility to go to this address. So I prepared all the files that I will use for the workshop. Okay. So you can go there to this address. I will show you exactly where to go. If you are lost, you have here. If you go to this URL, you've got all the link. Here you've got the presentation and all the files I will use during the workshop. So don't hesitate to go. You can directly download the code I will use for this workshop. Okay. So if we speak about code, there is a minimum knowledge you have to know. So to introduce the topic, so I will speak a little bit about computer hardware. So it doesn't matter if you use a Mac or you use a PC for this workshop, and in general, there's no any difference. You can recognize, of course, a basic computer with Wi-Fi, camera, ventilator. We've got the RAM. RAM is for memory, and the CPU downstairs to use with the graphic card. Okay. Next, you have to understand that when you are coding something, all the data, all the program you will do are coding in binary. Binary is the way the machine is understanding the instruction you will give to it. Okay. So to communicate with various components, so the computer sends electrical impulses in binary code. So organized in several bits, each comprising each bits. A bit, binary digit, is a fundamental unit that can have only two possible values, 0 or 1. It means that or it's wrong, 0, or it's true, 1. So when you will send an instruction to the machine will read it, but not with words, but with binary code. Okay. So we've got octet as well that represent two numbers, as you can see, of 256 possible values. Each bit corresponds to a power of 2, from 2 to the power of 7, ranging from 128 to 1. The sum of these 8 values give us the final values. Okay. So this is not mandatory to understand perfectly the binary code, because the machine you will use will do it automatically. So you got various languages in the code. You got various languages in the code. So this is the front part, the front end. You got, for example, this is not the only languages that exist in the world, but this is the languages we will use today, tonight. HTML, of course, with the tags to define the content you will put in your web page. The CSS for the design part, and with that we have JavaScript that you will use to add code and various possibilities to your program. Interaction as well. You can do a lot of things with JavaScript. It's a very powerful language. So at the same time, we got the back-end language. So we will not see that tonight, but maybe we will organize more workshop like this if you like it. And we will have the possibility to study this language as well. So Node.js is a very powerful back-end language. And back-end, it's used to speak with the server. For example, when you are entering a website and you have to type your name and password, so this is communication between the machine and the server, okay? So we have, for example, PHP, the most famous, and MySQL, that is a database that you can use for introduce various information in your database. And PHP is a language that you can use to communicate with the database and to fetch some data between your web page and the server. Okay, so if you have the skills to manage the front end and the back end, you will be what is called a full stack developer. It means that you are able to manage the front and the back at the same time, which is very useful. And the companies are looking for a lot of developers that are able to manage the two part of a web page. Okay. So if we speak about web page, you have to have a little bit of vocabulary. For example, web carrier, language, web hosting, client server, protocol, and URL. So URL, I think it's something you manage every day. When you go to Google, you look for information, and on the top of your screen, you put a URL. One of the most famous, of course, is www.google.com. And what about the web career? Well, it's professions involving tasks related to online technologies and services, including web development, design, and digital marketing. Okay. So I will share with you later the presentation, so you can you have the possibility to read it in details as well. So tonight we will speak about web design, a very important part of the web design. The first part of web design is, of course, to find a concept, an ID, and to organize this ID with the layouts. When you have a layouts is like a sketch, and after you get a sketch, you can do your mockup. So this is a part of the web design as well. So after you will think about, of course, the market, the users who are gonna use your website. SEO is referencing because Google, you know that Google have a lot of parameters to reference your web page, your website. So you have to respect what Google asks to be at the top of the result. Networking, the content management is very important. Google is very careful with the content and the quality of the web page. And social media, of course, is very important to have a link that's sent to social media. This is called the web design. There is a lot of various jobs that involve this part of web. So, for example, we've got here a layout, basic layout, so you can do it very quickly. Once you have an ID, so after you have to organize this ID with the sketch. So in this part, of course, you all recognize an Instagram basic page. So here we've got, of course, the profile picture, two buttons on the top. Here, other buttons that can send to various reels or stories or whatever information. So the lines here represent some text, and here, of course, the images organized in columns. Okay, so the image is divided in two parts. We got the left part and the center part that we can call as well the main part. So once you have the sketch, you have, for example, if you have clients, you have to be able to present it to your client. So you have to, of course, present your mockup a very, well, the most beautiful you can. And here, of course, you recognize Instagram of Alliance Française. So, of course, I invite you to like and join this Instagram page, because we will organize a lot of various events according to coding. Or tomorrow, for example, we got an event about space. So if you want to have updates of Alliance Française events, I really invite you to like the page. So to start, we will speak about the console. And I really invite you to go to the Instagram page of Alliance Française, because to understand the basic of coding, so we will speak about how to use the console. Because of course, this Instagram application was coded, of course, in HTML, CSS, and also JavaScript or various languages that the Meta company used to code this page. Okay, so we have here all the images. To access the console, you need to put a right click and inspect. Okay, inspect. So once you do that, you will see appears a lot of elements. So I will not speak about all these elements. Yes, my console is in French. I'm sorry. Maybe your Google is in English, but you will have the same in English. You can use as well Firefox. It doesn't matter. Okay. So you have various possibilities, you have various tools, very powerful tools that you can use to work with the web. So for example, if here you want to find in this page the part of the line, the part of the code, you can press this button on the left on the console. And of course, you can directly have access to an element. So for example, I will choose this one, and it is there in the console. So to have fun, what I can do, for example, is simply change the contents of the Instagram page. So I will not call it Alliance Française Jaipur. I will call it Coding Night, for example. Okay. So this is here. You find what I just write there. Of course, when I will recharge my page, I will see all like it was before. Okay, so this is the way a coder used to analyze his page and work step by step on the website. So this is the HTML part on the left. Okay, you can recognize, for example, we've got some sections. That is a big container. Main is the main part of the page. So we will see how is composed a web page. So it's like a human body. You get the head, the body, and the footer. And actually, we are in the main page of the website. So this is the HTML part on the left, and on the right, you've got what is called CSS. And CSS is to organize your web page. For example, with CSS, you can decide that you will cut into your web page on the left part. some links on the right part, the main content. And for example, you can add some instruction in the console. You can put, for example, a background color, and you can decide that, for example, what we want is to have a blue background color, okay? Or I can change in red background color, okay? So it's a way the coder used to work with the console to check if their code is correct. Because here, if you go directly in the console, what you will find is the mistakes you did in JavaScript. So here we've got a lot of instruction in this web page. So it said, for example, that it charged this URL, it's fine. So for example, what you can do to start, so it's a JavaScript instruction, you can put a console.log hello world. That is in general, that is the first instruction you write in JavaScript. So the console sends you hello world. Okay, it's basic. So now you can have fun putting an alert, for example, night coding, like that. And you will see appeared here Instagram.com say night coding. Okay. So here you can code in JavaScript without any problem. For example, what we can do is a basic operation with the instruction let, and let it's a variable, and in this variable we can register whatever we want. We can register a word, a number, or whatever. So it's like a big container. So let's say let first equal to 1. So 1 is a number. So we will send the instruction 1 to the machine. Let second equal to 2. So we register these values to these variables. And after we can say, for example, let's 3 equal to first more second. Okay, so what I did is to say that in this box, let, which called a variable, I register the value of the container first, the variable first, and the value of the container variable second. So now, if I want to know the value of the variable 3, I will put a console.log 3, and what, now I will ask you, according to you, which results I will find. So I let you put the results of this operation in the chat to see if you have understood the operation before putting enter and having the answer. So according to you all, which number I'm supposed to have as the result exactly. So congrats, Hussein. It's exactly that. So I will press enter, and effectively I will have a tree like an answer. Okay. Congrats to you, Suel, as well, Kush, as well. You have a good answer. So congrats with that. Okay. So this is how the coder used to work. A very interesting tool as well we have in the console is the responsive tool. So to have access to the responsive tool, you just have to press this button here. And you have now the apparency of your page in an iPad Pro, but as well, you can change it to, for example, iPhone XR. Okay, so in iPhone, my web page will appear this way. I don't know if you have a Galaxy, for example, Samsung Galaxy S20, so it will appear this way. And if I put my phone horizontal way, it means if I click there, I will see the results. If I turn the screen, so the result will be like that, okay? So vertical, horizontal, and for example, I can try a last one. If I want, for example, iPhone SE, so I will have this result vertically, and I will have this result horizontally. Okay. So yes, so that was just to have fun, to have a little introduction to what is HTML, what is CSS, what is JavaScript, and of course, you cannot see it, but actually the web page is talking to the server right now, because all the photos you see in this Instagram page, of course, are registering in the server. Okay. So to fetch all the data, the computer is talking to the server. So probably it was coded in PHP, probably, and it means that the web page, the program, so fetch all the images that was contained in the server. Okay, so all these images are going in the server, register in the server, and so the program fetch all the data to make all the results. Okay, so let's continue with that. We were there. So we see the console, not in details, but maybe in another workshop we can have a workshop just dedicated to the console. So now let's speak a little bit about HTML. So certainly that the most part of participants tonight are very young, but you have to know that the first web page was just launching is 1993. Okay, so in 1989, so Tim Berners-Lee conceived the idea of navigating from one space to another on the internet using hypertext links through a browser, the principle of clickable links. The aim was to facilitate access for scientists from different universities to each of their research documents. So 1989, only 40 years ago, was invented the HTML language. In 1990, he coined the term World Wide Web. That's why when we write on the web page 3W, okay, and developed the three main technologies of the web: Uniform Resource Locators, URL, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, and Hypertext Markup Language, of course, HTML. So 1993, the first web page. So we will see here in the link how it was. So this is the first web page of the world. So you can see that it's very basic. Okay, you got a little bit of text. You got here links. And of course, if you want to see the structure of this page, you come back to inspect. In the console, we have HTML, the head, the body, and of course, header, each one for a title. Okay. A in HTML language is for link. You got the P for paragraph. Okay. DL for a list. iframe, and iframe is there. It's an application I have to know the URL of a website that's nothing to do with the page. Okay. So this is as a first web page. It was a little bit boring, a little bit sad. Just some links and paragraph. That's all. So yes, this is how we do an HTML page. So we've got the head, of course, of the page. In this head, we will find links like CSS links, scripts to chart the JavaScript page, CDN to chart some libraries, for example, and the meta tags, very important, because we've got the meta description to tell Google what your website is talking about. For example, meta title, to give a title to your web page. We'll see that a little bit later. After that, we got the body of the HTML page with the header, a main, end to end. Of course, we got a footer with the footer of the page and the links. Okay. So now I invite you to join this application. We will work with the glitch tonight. So it's a very useful software, and we can do pages and to train to do web pages with glitch. Okay. So once you're on glitch, you will arrive there and you will have to sign up So you can sign up directly with Google if you have a Google account, or you can sign up with a mail address. Okay. So I already signed up. So I enter the glitch website, and so I let you a little bit of time just to allow you to connect in the glitch application. So yes, ready? Yeah, it did. Okay. So once you are inside of the glitch application, so you've got three possibilities there. You got basic website. That's we are going to work with that. The glitch in Bio, it's you can do a personal page with a list of links, and the blog you can also have a blog with the glitch. You can do a lot of interesting things. So basic. Let's go to basic website first. Let's enter to basic website. So it's necessary to have. Well, it needs a little bit of time to enter. Okay. So this is the assets we have. Okay. So on the right here, you can see the URL address your website will have. Okay. So you will your website will have this URL, but we will personalize this address. So there is a lot of files that we don't need for the moment. For example, license, we don't need that. So you can do a right click and put delete. Readme.md. The MD extension is for creating documents that they are just used to be read. That's all, MD. So you can delete it. Todo, you can delete it. Script, for now, you can delete it. CSS, for now, you can delete it. So we just have the HTML page, and to see the results, you have here the preview. So this is a preview on the right of my web page. So you can click there, close preview panel, or you can open your preview panel. Okay. So this is a very basic and boring website, but we will change it. Don't worry. So here below body, you've got a lot of elements there. You can delete everything just to keep the minimum here. That is to say, just the body tag. And of course, very important, you have to end with HTML tag. So all the rest can be totally be deleted. Okay. So what we have? We have first the doc type HTML, very important tag. Okay. Secondly, we got the head. This part, head here and the head there, will not be read. Okay, will not be read on your web page. We don't need that. We don't need that. Okay, so in this information, you can charge your link, you can charge your CSS page, you can charge your script in JavaScript. So this information, as a computer, we will not read it. Okay. In the body, at the contrary, everything you put in the body will be read. And of course, because we open the tag HTML, we need HTML. We need to close the tag HTML. You open the tag body, you close the tag body. You open the tag head, you need to close the tag L. You open the tag title, you need to open the tag title. Okay? So now what you can do for starting is, for example, to study basics HTML tags. A very important things, as you can see there are some comments, okay? There are some comments. When you are coding something, it is mandatory to comment your code because you can work with a team. And if, for example, you take some holidays, the other people of your team must be able to understand your code. So that's why you need absolutely to comment your code. So to comment the code in HTML, you need to open it this way, okay? You need to open it this way, and you need to close it this way, okay? So I will write a comment, for example, in my body, so I don't need that. I will say, for example, this is the beginning of my HTML page, okay? And I close. So yes, if my colleague work on the same project as me, so he will see that I said I begin to code there. So to start, we will put a title, and a title in HTML, it's called H1. It's a big title, okay? So I will put, I am a big title. And we will see the results on the right, okay? So you've got from H1 to H6, okay? So H1 is the bigger, okay? So I will put I'm the little H6 title, okay? So we can see that the size on the right is very different, okay? So now, other thing I forgot to tell you that you have the possibilities to personalize this URL, okay, using glitch, but it's mandatory that it will end with glitch.me. So let's go to setting, edit project details. So I repeat, let's go to setting, edit project details, and you can see that your project name will be the URL of your web page. So I will put, for example, my first HTML page, and I will describe it. I will say, hello, this is my first HTML page. And I will save. But unfortunately, someone put the same name as me, so I cannot choose it. I need to find something else. So I will put it IFG, Alliance Française of Jaipur. Let's say, yeah, it's worked. So you can see that the URL on the right has changed. My first page, AG glitch. So let's see, for example, if I copy the link and if I'm going to Google, let's see if it works. Yeah, this is my HTTPS. It means secure web page with the URL I put. I'm a big, okay, big title. I'm a little title, okay. So now you got the HTML tag, of course. So you got H1 to H6. You can use a parapher. Hello, I am a paragraph.
Bonjour,
How are you?
sir, fine.
And you can see that you get the paragraph on the right. Let's put a list of information. Let's put, for example, some days, Monday, Tuesday, let's put Saturday, why not? So when you write a UL list, it means that you will put a list of information, okay? So you got an order. I will comment my code. I will say UL means an order, unordered list, okay? So I will comment to make you understand what I'm doing right now, okay? So I've got my big title, little title. Hello, I am a paragraph. How are you? I put a list, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday. I can put as well, for example, I can put an information like a div, which is a container. And in this container, I will put, for example, a paragraph, but I want in this paragraph, I want a word, underline a word. So I will write you, and I will say, hi, I am an underlined word. Okay. So on the right, it appears the underlined word. After that, I've got what is called a link. So I will put below a href equal. I will close that. I will say bonjour. Allez, let's talk French. I am a link. Okay. So a tag means that it's a link. So to put a link here in the href attribute, we will need an address. So let's put, for example, the address of Alliance Française Jaipur. You can put the address you want. It doesn't matter. It's just for training, okay? For training purpose. So in this href, I will write there, I will pass the URL of the Alliance Française of Jaipur. And you can see that the color of the link is a little bit different. So I will come back to my web page to see if my link is working. So I passed my URL right now. And I've got here my link. You can see, look at the arrow. It will be transformed when I hover my link. So when I press my link, of course, I'm going to directly the website of Alliance Française Jaipur where you can find all the events and a lot of information inside. Okay. So of course you can add some content. Let's see another paragraph. Hello, my name is Alex. And you can put whatever YouTube video. We can do whatever we want. But now the question is how I can do if I want to find all the HTML tags that exist. So there is some very interesting web page like a W3 School where you can find here all the HTML tags that exist, okay, HTML elements. And you can see that there is a lot of HTML tags to do millions of different things, okay? So we can add another one. For example, let's add a fig capture. Let's add a figure. Let's say figure. And in this figure, I will put an image, EMG SRC. I will explain you what is it. And below, I will put a fig caption. I am an image, okay? So figure is a box, and inside the box, I can put an image. And fig caption is a comment that I will add below the image. So we've got the image SRC attribute. SRC attribute is basically the URL of the image. So it can be a URL according to a server. For example, you download an image in your server, and it can be as well a direct image. So let's put, for example, image of France there. So we have a lot of possibilities with that. So let's look for an image. Let's put that. So I put a right click. I copy the address of the image, and I will put it there directly below. Okay. And I can see on the right my image, okay, because I entered the address of the image on my SLC attribute. And for example, imagine there is a problem with the attribute. I can put there in an alt tag, I can put a text to replace my image in case there is a problem, okay? So I will put here flag of France, okay? It means that if, for example, there is a problem with the URL, I will put a bad URL here. My image will be replaced with the flag of France, okay? So I will now come back with my true URL and I've got that. So this is the HTML. Once again, I repeat that you can find, for example, in the website W3 Schools, all the HTML tags that exist, okay? HTML elements, sorry. And you can find there a list of all the HTML elements, and you can try it, you can train, okay? There is a lot of tags. For example, you get HTML basic, paragraph, heading, attributes, elements. Okay, so for example, here you get the H1 for the header, the P for the paragraph. You have a lot of HTML tags. So now we saw HTML, let's say to begin. Now what we can do is to put some color. For example, here you can put, this is not the way you must do. This is a bad practice to add the style directly in the HTML page, but for the demonstration, we will do it. So let's add style equal, and we will put here, for example, we want our title, color, let's say, for example, I don't know, pink, okay? And we will have a pink title, okay? Let's see text decoration, for example, text decoration. Let's put underline, underline. So of course, I know it because I'm practicing a lot. So I know all the HTML tags or CSS tags perfectly because I do it every day. So the more you will code, the more you will understand and memorize all the HTML tags. Okay, so this is a bad practice. I show it just for the example, but don't put your style in your tags. What you have to do is to open now a new file. I repeat, you are open a new file, and we will charge our style.css. Okay, so I repeat the operation, more style.css, and add the file. So now I've got a CSS style here, but it will not work. It will not work simply because I did not charge the page. So for example, if I don't know how to charge a page, I put, for example, CSS link and CSS styling link. I can see there that I've got a lot of instructions for CSS as well. And I will put, for example, link CSS tag. Okay, so this is the way you have to charge your CSS link in your index.com. Okay, so I will copy that there, and you can see that now I will be able to work with my style.css because I charge the page here in the header. So this part, I repeat, will not appear in the HTML document. It's just the information for the computer. Okay. So for example, I can put here, I will say HTML, it means all the documents, and I will open this kind of parentheses, and I will say background black. Okay, so I will put the background black, for example, in this HTML. That is probably not charged because, yes, it's not charged because why it's not charged? Why it doesn't work? My instruction does not work there. HTML, it means all the page. It's an identification. It doesn't work because I made a mistake there. I didn't write style. I wrote styles. That's why it doesn't work. So now I will have a black background, okay? And I want all my text to be white. So I put color white. And I can see that all my text now is white. I want to change the color of the link on the right. So a link tag is A in CSS language. So I put A and I said color, for example, I want purple, let's say purple. And I see that on the right part, it became purple. So now let's say I want the color change when I hover my link. So I will say A over, and after that, I will say if I hover my link, I want another color, let's say yellow, for example. So I'm going in my page, I hover my link, and I can see that the link now is in yellow, okay? Like that. So we have this example. Now let's put an ID to a list. Let's say I want, for example, this Tuesday, I don't want it to be the same color that the other list. So I will put here an ID. I will say ID different. ID is like identification card, just to find in your CSS style, JavaScript page, to be able to recognize, of course, the element. So I said ID equal different. I come back to my style.css and I will say different. This is the way I call the element, okay? I will say, for example, I wanted color blue. Okay. So I see that this element now is blue because I call it not by its tags, but by its ID. Okay. So there is a very different things as well that we did not cover and you will not cover tonight. It's basically it's the responsiveness of a web page is very important. Google is very take really care with that with this point. So for example, if I go to my page now, if I copy the link, okay, and I will put it, I will inspect it, I will see it like it was in an iPhone. So this time I'm lucky because it works more or less. So if I have got an iPhone SE, I think my page is okay. Okay. If I have a Samsung Galaxy, it will appear like that. If I got iPhone 12, the same. But what about the other way? So if the other way, it works as well. iPad Pro, we start to have some difficulties there because it's not very a beautiful web page, and it's not appearing to be like it should be. Okay. So now we come back to our web page. We are here on our site, we got the site, and we will introduce a very basic script.js, which means JavaScript, and I will add that script. What I want to do is to go to, I want to look for this element, and I want this element bigger when I will put my mouse, okay, on it. So I need first to do one thing is to charge my page, my script. So I will charge my script there. I will put a tag script src equal, and I will put the link of my script.js. Okay. So let's see if it works. I will do a test. So I repeat script src, sorry, equal to script.js, which is the direction of my file all on the left. Okay. So I will do a test. I will put an alert, and now we see alert. Are you there? Are you there? Okay. So yes, it's there. You can see that the alert is here. You can see it here. Okay, appearing. Are you there? So yes, my page is charged. So now I will look for my element. So do you remember the container? Let my element, for example, equal to. I need to look for my element. So I will put document points, and be very careful in this step, because all the words in JavaScript are camel case. Okay, so get elements by ID. So you can see that the E is uppercase, the B uppercase, I uppercase, and I will look for my element. My element is name is different. Okay, different. So I will look to my element. I will say that when I will click the element, the font will be bigger. So I will say my element, add event listener, to add an event, and the event is click. And after that, I need to add, in this case, a function. So I will call my function bigger. Okay, so on the left part of the element is the action is click, and here we got a bigger function, and there is a mistake. Why? Because we did not define the function. We will define it right now. Function bigger, parentheses. So what is going to be the function bigger? I said when I put a click, I want something. So to do a test, for example, we put an alert just to test. This is a test if it works, okay? So what is going on? I look for my element different. I said that when I click to the element different, I want an alert. For now, I want an alert, and I want a message. And in this message, I want this is a test. So let's click that. And for now, it does not work. So there is a problem somewhere, okay? Somewhere there is a problem. And the problem is, I need to look for the problem. Is ID different, is there, script there. So I document get element by ID, my element, okay, got add element listener, click bigger. So now, for now, the element does not work. I will try it online to see if something special is happening. No, it doesn't work. So I have to find the solution. And to find the solution here, what I'm going to use the inspector and the console, because look on the right, I've got a JavaScript mistake. So cannot read properly of null reading add event listener. So when you will code more, you will understand the problem. That the problem is my element, my JavaScript is charged first. So of course, my JavaScript page is charged first. So my computer does not find my element. So what we change the position of my script link. I will change the position, and I will put it at the end of my code. So I will come back to index.html, and I will change this line to put it at the end of my code to let my computer the time to find the element. And now, normally, it will work. Yes, it works. Okay. So the mistake was that all the elements was charged after I asked my computer to look for an element. So for him, there's no element, so there is a mistake, so it's normal. Okay. So if I come back to my page here, okay, come back to my page, and we will see that if I click on Tuesday, it works. This is a test, no problem. Okay. So yes, so let's continue a little bit, and you will have a lot of time to practice at home. But before the little break, we will do a 15-minute breaks. So you can download this app called Visual Code, okay? So I will give you the address right now. You can download and install Visual Studio. That is a Microsoft editor, okay? So you can directly, no, it's not the good, I'm sorry, it's not the good URL is there. So you can install directly and download and install this app, because it's with that we will code our first web page. Okay. So all the professional coder, of course, use VS Code. They don't use Glitch, but Glitch is very good for training. Okay. So you can download that, and we will have a little break of 15 minutes. But during the break, what I can advise you is, of course, to do a little game with us, and to do some selfies with the hashtag coding nights. And you can tag as well the Alliance Française of Jaipur, so you can put your photo on Instagram. And for the number 23 of that we'll find tonight, so he will have a surprise. Okay, so yes, this is a little game of the 15-minute breaks. You put hashtag AFD Jaipur with the coding nights, and you do a photo of you like Shah Rukh Khan on the photo, and the number 23 will win a little surprise. So good luck to everyone, and we come back in 15 minutes. Okay.
मेरा रबड़ कब देगा यार?